Bangor. From the Great North Woods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a warning about a sudden spike in flu cases all around the state.
Plus, it's an important grant that will help provide internet services to more Mainers.
And we'll meet an Old Town woman who needs help checking off her bucket list while living with a terminal illness. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning. It looks like the weather is going to be pretty nice today heading into the weekend. You'll notice it's going to be a little bit chillier. We've had these temperatures up into the 50s lately. Seems like everything's heading down from here, though.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, it's not looking like it. But
not looking.
Feeling like it.
Feeling
anyway.
like it. It's chilly. Devin Biggs has the forecast.
Hey, Craig and Emma, happy Friday. We have a couple of alerts we're watching out for this morning. We have small craft advisories up until 7 a.m. Saturday and up until Saturday morning as well. Some areas under some gale warnings, so more areas under gale warnings in this color here, but a different color closer to some of the islands, and that is courtesy of course, the gusty winds that'll be moving in, stirring up the ocean as we move forward today. But on land, it'll be a pretty nice day. We'll be watching for a lot of sunshine today as we have a system that's off to our east. It's kind of helping to stir things up at this point. So let's give you the big picture right now. So not much overhead. We're going to remain quiet for the next several days with no precipitation. Some clouds will move in from the east later on. Courtesy of this system now, we'll send some clouds from the east going toward the west later on. So futurecast moving forward. Here's those clouds right there that'll be moving in later on tonight. Kind of moving from southeast to northwest, kind of an unusual direction. But it does happen from time to time, and we'll see that happening later on tonight. So otherwise, though, the winds will be out of the north from time to time, reaching up to 15 miles per hour sustained. Some gusts up to 30 miles per hour cannot be ruled out as the day progresses on. So otherwise, though, your forecast for today, upper 30s, a lot cooler out there, mostly sunny and windy. The north wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, partly cloudy and still windy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, cooling off even more, upper 20s, partly cloudy and breezy. North wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. The Maine Center for Disease Control and Prevention is urging Mainers to take steps to avoid getting sick. An outbreak of illness has been reported in many parts of the country, including here in Maine. That includes a sharp rise in the amount of flu cases being reported around the state. All 16 Maine counties are experiencing a sustained increase in flu activity. There were 63 influenza-related hospitalizations reported in Maine just last week. Most of those are people who are 65 and older. The CDC says the best protection is the flu vaccine, which is recommended for people 6 months and older. Officials are also urging people to stay home if they feel sick, wash your hands and cover coughs and sneezes, avoid close contact with those who are sick, and we should also clean and disinfect surfaces and objects.
Well, meanwhile, a Presque Isle man convicted of murdering 2 men has been sentenced to life in prison. 38-year-old Bobby Nightingale was also sentenced to 5 consecutive years for criminal threatening. 25-year-old Alan Curtis and 51-year-old Roger Ellis were found dead in a truck on Route 227 in Castle Hill back in August of 2019. The criminal threatening charge came from an incident on State Road in Castle Hill just 3 days earlier.
A former Bangor resident faces up to 20 years for drug trafficking in Penobscot and Aroostook counties. 31-year-old Wayne Smith pleaded guilty in U.S. District Court in Bangor yesterday to conspiracy to distribute and possession with the intent to distribute methamphetamine and fentanyl. Court records show between January of 2018 and December of 2021, Smith, along with others, trafficked methamphetamine and fentanyl in Penobscot County and Aroostook County. He will be sentenced after the U.S. Probation Office completes its pre-sentence investigative report.
Well, a new leader has taken the helm at the Pittsfield Police Department. Vicente Morris was sworn in Tuesday after Pittsfield councilors unanimously voted to appoint him to that position. Morris previously served the Augusta Police Department for 2 decades, working his way up through the ranks from a patrol officer to the commander of the force's patrol unit. Morris says the future of the Pittsfield Police Department is looking bright.
Vision for the police department itself, I want to make sure that I'm leading good leaders here because I want to make sure that when my time is to go, that I have people that I have brought through the ranks that will be able to take my position and move forward. I want to make a very professional agency.
Well, Morris says his door is always open, and if you see him around town, make sure you say hi, as he wants to get to know the community better.
Governor Mills joined officials with the National Telecommunications and Information Administration to announce a grant to provide high-speed internet to Mainers. Matthew Juronsik has more.
Every person in Maine who wants a reliable and affordable internet connection can have one by the end of 2024. That is my promise.
That promise comes on the hands of President Biden's historic $65 billion investment in providing affordable and high-speed connection to communities across the United States. The money allows Maine Connectivity Authority to continue its promise in a meaningful way.
We are excited to announce that Maine is receiving an initial grant of $5.5 million to plan for the deployment and adoption of internet throughout the state.
This money will go towards creating an action plan for the state to provide high-speed internet, targeting communities that would need such services.
That planning process is so important because it represents a demand. And where there's a demand, where there's an engaged and informed community that is demanding broadband service, that represents a very real economic benefit, and that attracts a private partnership.
Many were in attendance, including Governor Mills and the organizations that will be helping to provide reliable internet to all counties across Maine.
Supporting Aroostook County, Northern Maine Development Commission, in Washington County, Sunrise County Economic Council.
And for Mills, giving internet to everyone is now a fundamental need.
High-speed internet is as fundamental to us and to our society now as electricity, heat, water, road systems. It's no longer a luxury, it's a necessity.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Nearly $3 million is in funding for Head Start is heading to Maine. A statement from the money, a statement says the money from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services will strengthen Head Start programs and promote early childhood education opportunities for children living in poverty. Androscoggin Head Start and Child Care in Lewiston and Down East Community Partners in Ellsworth will use that funding to develop new approaches to learning, strengthen social and emotional development programs, and expand physical health education. U.S. Senators Susan Collins and Angus King said, quote, Maine Head Start programs empower both parents and their children from kick-starting educations to promoting positive parent-child relationships. Head Start's opportunities are invaluable to Maine students' success.
That seems especially relevant right now after kids are coming back from COVID-style learning.
Yeah, they need a little help.
Right. There's a catch-up. I know I was doing Zoom classes for school over when everything was shut down, and I did not learn as much.
Yeah.
It's really hard to focus on online learning, so they need a catch-up.
And these Head Start programs will help the littlest learners get ready for the serious stuff when they get there, too.
Right, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 8:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear about the newly approved rent control measures now in effect in Portland.
But first, another check of that forecast. Looks like a sunny and windy day ahead. The highs near 38 degrees. Tonight will be chilly. It will be cloudy and breezy with lows dipping down to around 19. Tomorrow, another cloudy and breezy day. It will be chilly out there. The highs only reaching 28 degrees.
People today. They could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
I was riding my bike just as nice as could be. I look up and here comes a car in my lane.
I saw Michael hit the car. He flew in the air.
I was in a coma for 30 some odd days. I woke up and I looked down and what is my leg? He had 2 or 3 types of fentanyl in him.
Cocaine and heroin.
Yeah. It's a robbery of life is what it is.
People that are on drugs don't realize it's not if you're going to hurt somebody, it's when.
I'm a great study of when.
Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Odland Road, Bangor.
Happy holidays from Deanne and Donna at All About Travel. Call today to book your winter vacation. Happy holidays from the Body Graphics Studio family. Come see us at our new location, and thank you for your business. Happy holidays from all of us from the Parity Shop and Save family. We thank you for all of your business this year.
You're the head of the missing persons unit. You became the head of that unit to find one person, a son.
For 6 years, I've gone to bed with heartbreak. And I won't let these families go through what I went through.
We're gonna find him.
I've got a location.
We gotta head. Let's do it.
The girls. Where are they? Give me your hand!
It's okay. I'm right here.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Well, new rent control measures are now in effect in Portland as of yesterday. Voters just approved the new rules last month with some big changes, including how much notice a landlord must give to increase rent and by how much. Dan Lampriello has the details.
Renters and landlords in Portland are in for some big changes starting today.
There were tweaks, as I said, to the enforcement provisions as well as those rent board provisions and the registration process.
Interim City Manager Danielle West says her staff has been working since Election Day to try and get the ordinance changes implemented.
We're still wrapping our arms around them completely, working with our own legal staff to understand them as best as possible.
The so-called tenant protections include increasing notice for rent increases to 90 days, capping yearly rent increases to 70% of the Consumer Price Index, banning application fees, and limiting security deposits to just 1 month's rent, among others.
Right now, we're seeing that landlords are making a ton of money off of this crunched housing market, and we want to make sure that renter is remaining fair for people that are trying to live in Portland.
That's what one of the drafters of these changes told us earlier this year about why they wanted it to pass.
We found that landlords are willing to skirt the rules, and we found that the city is very hesitant to enforce laws when it is not in the favor of the landlord.
I think there are very few people in the city that understand what's taken effect here.
But for Britt Vitalius, who heads the Southern Maine Landlords Association, he believes these changes will leave landlords unable to invest in their buildings because of limits on how much they can recoup for inflation and property taxes.
Taxes will keep going up, and your rents can never go up with your taxes. Inflation will keep going up, and you can only ever go up 70%. So this seems like a real losing formula.
With the ordinance now in effect, the city will be charged with enforcing it, which they say will likely mean an increase in staff.
That's something that I'm very aware of as we head into the budgeting process and want to make sure that we have all the required tools in the toolbox, so to speak, to make sure that we're handling all of the various things that are on our plates right now.
That was Dan Lampriello reporting. Meanwhile, South Portland police are trying to find whoever stole a rare guitar worth nearly $7,000. South Portland police shared a post on Facebook showing a picture of a 1960-style Gibson Les Paul guitar that was reported stolen. They're asking people to keep an eye out and to share their Facebook post. The Tangerine Burst-style guitar has an estimated worth of about $6,700.
I'm hoping that we could, find this guitar, yes, and that someone can give us a tip on where it is, who took it, and we can get it back to the Guitar Center so someone could own this beautiful instrument.
Anyone with information is asked to contact the South Portland Police Department. That is a pretty guitar.
How do you steal a guitar out of the store?
I don't know how to.
That's not really backpackable.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'd love to see that
sneak
security.
Out the back door or something.
Right. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I want to see the security footage.
Just don't steal things.
Great advice.
Yeah, there you go. Problem solved.
Going into this weekend, don't steal anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the
problem
time.
solved. I'm glad to see we can solve all the world's problems right here.
We really can by telling people what's up. Okay, the time is now 8:14. After the break, we'll hear from an Old Town woman who is working towards her bucket list since being diagnosed with a terminal illness.
Plus, all the details about the prisoner swap, which has freed WNBA star Brittany Griner. Those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Maine's largest Chevy dealer, Quirk Chevrolet, has a tremendous selection of Chevy cars and SUVs. Silverado, where bold is just the beginning. Equinox, the all-wheel drive family SUV. Blazer, the trendsetter SUV. Looking for a quality, certified, or pre-owned vehicle? Look no further than Quirk Motor City, with over 400 used used vehicles to choose from, plus a free Carfax history report. It's your Chevy car, truck, or SUV. Find it at Quirk Chevrolet in Bangor, Portland, and Rockland.
Sometimes big truck accidents can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big case results I fought to get my clients. If a big truck hurts you, we'll make them pay you every single dollar you deserve for your injuries. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Come out on top. Call the twos. Call 222-2222.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Welcome to your family fun entertainment center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy. Movie Rocket has newly renovated cinemas, and the Starcade features all the best video and arcade games around. Movie Rocket, 268 Odland Road in Bangor, and at movierocketbangor.com.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Friday nights are about to get wild for basketball fans. Friday Night Fast Break is your source for everything that is Maine high school basketball, highlights, and local analysis. It's the only show that hits every corner of Maine's hardwood hoop landscape, high school, college, and professional. Join us Friday night during basketball season for Friday Night Fast Break on Fox 22 News at 10. Brought to you by Coastal Auto Parts, your local Napa Auto Parts dealer with 29 locations, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Have you ever wondered how you would react if you were told you had a terminal illness? It was certainly devastating news for Susan Curran of Old Town, but she isn't letting it get in the way of her dreams. In fact, she has a bucket list of things she hopes to accomplish, but she'll need some help doing it.
I'm not done. I got a ways to go. I got stuff I want to do and learn and experience.
She has a warm personality that's clear from the moment you meet her. It's hard to believe this lively, energetic woman is living with a terminal illness. Susan Curran had already beat breast cancer once in 2015. You can imagine the feeling she had in 2020 when she learned it had returned. This time, it was in her bones.
I said, okay, but I feel great. I don't think there's anything going on. I feel better than I have in years.
Susan is now undergoing treatments to keep her as healthy as possible for as long as possible. But unlike some people who might understandably give up and wait for the worst, Susan has an ambitious plan. A massage therapist and karate instructor, Susan feels best when she's hiking and staying active. That's why she wants to visit all of America's national parks and is now raising money to make it happen.
And I love it. I just miss being outside. That's my church. Yeah. You know, people go to church every Sunday. Well, that was my church, was hiking and being at the top of the mountain. It's amazing.
You want to head up through the north, huh?
I want to go up through here and then sneak up there. Then maybe hit wine country for a little bit, you know?
Susan says the biggest expense is coming up with money for a reliable van that she can use to travel the nation. She and her supporters have created a GoFundMe page to help raise money. She hopes other hikers and lovers of the great outdoors will help her set out on an adventure of a lifetime when spring returns. You can find her GoFundMe page on Facebook by searching for Sue and Rosie's National Park Tour.
I was going to do this when I retired, but my retirement has come a lot sooner, unfortunately.
We hope lots of people visit that GoFundMe page and help her. You know, any amount will help out. It's going to be an expensive journey. The biggest part, again, is that van. If you have any leads on a good, reliable van that she could use, let us know. We'll pass it on to her. And then she needs to just save money for the expenses along the way.
I'm glad you've been able to get the word out. I think we can all learn a lot from people like Susan.
Yeah, just a great lady, and I just love her attitude. We're going to have her on the morning show in a couple of weeks. We'd like to check back with her, see how things are going. Hopefully, once she heads out on this adventure in the spring, we'll follow her along too. So
savoring every moment is how life should be lived.
She's living every moment to the most.
That is a great lesson. Yeah. I'm happy to hear we're getting the word out. Well, the time is now 8:19.
Time to get a full look at our forecast with Devin.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We do have small craft advisories and gale warnings in effect, both expiring at 7 a.m. on Saturday. The gale warnings being noted in this color right here, but another color, though, which is right here by the islands, that's the small craft advisory, while this is the gale warning. So, of course, it's going to be pretty active along the coast moving forward for a little while as we are watching out for another system that's going to be stirring up the ocean, but no precipitation on the way. However, we're looking pretty good. We're going to be seeing a lot of sunshine out there today. Later on tonight, we're going to be watching for some clouds moving in from an unusual direction. It's actually right over here. Here's that front right there. It's going to be sending some clouds in our direction from the east going toward the west, or more of the southeast going toward the north and west as well. So a little bit more of an unusual direction, but it does happen from time to time, no. But otherwise, we will stay dry for the next several days. But otherwise, moving forward, though, we're looking pretty decent out there. So a lot of sunshine today. Here are those clouds right there moving from the east, going toward the west, and a little bit from the southeast to the north and west as well. They'll start to move in later on tonight. We'll keep them going for parts of the morning period for you Saturday before they start to clear out of here. And we'll get more sunshine rolling as we head towards the latter parts of the afternoon before the sun sets. And we may have a few more passing clouds as we head towards early Sunday morning. Otherwise, gusty winds, we got that going for us today, getting close to 30 miles per hour throughout the daytime today, and keeping that going again later on tonight and even into parts of tomorrow. So plenty of gusty winds on the way for the next day or so. And of course, as a result, wave heights are up 4 to 10 feet according to a lot of the buoys out there. Other spots up to 13 feet. So this is why we do have gale warnings along the coast and some other areas under small craft advisories. Temperatures have been running well above average recently. Look at this, 40s and 50s the past several days. Temperatures have been overachieving in the average level, running about 12 to 15 degrees above normal in some spots, though. But again, we're going to be cooling off. Our average high is 37 degrees. Upper 30s is what we'll do today, about normal for this time of the year. Upper 20s for the weekend, back in the low 30s Monday to Tuesday. Then Wednesday into Thursday, back in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Your forecast for today, upper 30s a lot cooler, mostly sunny and windy. The north wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, Saturday, upper 20s, partly cloudy and breezy. The north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. And notice what's missing from this forecast. And as precipitation, we have none of it on the way for the next few days. Will be mostly cloudy on Sunday, highs in the upper 20s. Low 30s make a return on Monday with a mostly sunny sky. And we're partly cloudy on Tuesday, highs in the low 30s.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money. How Maine is that? Mechanical Services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
On a day like this, you may be glad your AAA membership gets you great travel deals to warm places, or that AAA can get you discounts on a new pair of snow boots, or could even save you hundreds on auto insurance. But mostly, on a day like this, be glad you have a AAA membership for the legendary 24/7 roadside assistance. Over 50 million members rely on AAA, America's largest motor club and most highly recommended major roadside assistance provider. We answer over 32 million roadside calls from members every year. We're always with you, getting you back on the road fast, covering you in any car, whether you're the driver or passenger. And that's important on a day like this. The gift of AAA membership is now just $53. We'll waive the admission fee and add a second family member for free. Plus, you'll get a $20 Visa gift card. That's a combined value of $118, now only $53 through this limited time offer. Call or visit AAA.com/AAA gift.
So small, so smart. Hearing aids that I can personalize to each ear right from here. Brilliant.
It's Cyber Monday all week with big savings on Eargo 6.
When the Coach House restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. WNBA star Brittany Griner has been released from a Russian prison. In a prisoner swap, the U.S. traded Griner for a well-known Russian arms dealer. But it's who the U.S. wasn't able to bring home that has some critical of the situation. Fox's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more.
The White House says it was one or none when it came to securing the release of American basketball star Brittany Griner. WNBA star Brittany Griner has been freed after 9 long months in Russian custody.
This is a day we've worked toward for a long time. We never stopped pushing for her release.
The swap on a tarmac in Abu Dhabi. Griner's release was in exchange for Russian arms dealer Viktor Bout, who was convicted and sentenced to 25 years in prison for a plot to sell arms that would kill Americans. Some critics of the prisoner swap say President Biden let Vladimir Putin get the better deal.
Think about the exchange here. The merchant of death for a WNBA star who was picked up for marijuana. What a victory for Putin. But what else it does, it makes every American who is overseas vulnerable.
Over the summer, there was talk of a deal. Bout for Griner and Marine Paul Whelan, who has been in Russian custody for nearly 4 years. But that never materialized.
There had been people talking about being home by Christmas, and of course that isn't going to happen. So I'm sure he's extremely disappointed.
The Russians just treat Mr. Whelan differently. They put him in a special category, and that makes negotiating over his release through a swap of some kind much more difficult than it was in the case of Brittany Griner.
Griner's wife said while she is focused on Brittany right now, she will remain committed to helping other families who are still trying to bring their loved ones home. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Well, meanwhile, in one of her last acts in leadership, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi oversaw yesterday's House vote on the Respect for Marriage Act. The bill passing the chamber 258 to 169 protects same-sex marriages following the 2015 Supreme Court decision requiring all states to grant same-sex marriages and recognize same-sex marriages granted in other states. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
The motion is adopted.
A landmark victory in the decades-long fight for nationwide recognition of same-sex and interracial marriages. The House on Thursday passing the Respect for Marriage Act, ensuring all states acknowledge every marriage is legal, regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin.
Today's vote is a monumental win in the fight for LGBTQ plus equality.
39 Republicans crossed the aisle to back the bipartisan legislation, protecting hundreds of thousands of couples who tie the knot after the Supreme Court's 2015 decision legalizing same-sex unions nationwide. The vote comes after the Senate passed the bill with support from 12 Republicans.
It's a bill that truly will make a difference to the lives of so many.
Still, a majority of GOP lawmakers were not on board, some citing the impact on religious rights.
This is yet another step toward the Democrats' goal of dismantling the traditional family, silencing voices of faith, and permanently undoing our country's God-woven foundation.
Supporters of the bill have been trying to codify marriage rights since the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision in July, which overturned federal abortion rights and also included an opinion from Justice Clarence Thomas suggesting same-sex marriage should be reconsidered, a fear some Republicans say Democrats have overblown.
Democrats have conjured up this non-existent threat, and they are misunderstanding or deliberately misrepresenting what Justice Thomas wrote.
The bill's next stop, President Biden's desk, where he's expected to promptly sign it into law. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
And still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll have the community calendar for local events that are going on this weekend.
We'll also hear from a very special musical guest who's helping to raise some money for charity in a very unique way, too. Don't go away.
When it comes to winter footwear, warmth, waterproof, and safety matter most. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport and discover the latest in winter boot technology. We've got boots rated from -60 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit to keep your feet warm in any weather. Check out the new materials guaranteed to keep your feet dry. Relieve the anxiety of slipping and falling this winter with the new Navitech with grippers built right into the sole. Just flip it and clip it and you're ready to go. Be prepared this winter. Take the drive today to Comfort Shoes and More in Newport.
On the next Last Man Standing, Mandy tries to help a lost puppy.
Did anybody call? All guys, actually. Nice. Can I see that poster?
But winds up getting the attention of every dog in town.
Mandy, that is not appropriate. What are you talking about? Looking for my master?
I've got a gun and bullets with your name on it, pervert. Hold on, it's your mom.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, December 9th, 2022. It's also Christmas Card Day, which is a great way to spread some holiday joy and let people know you're thinking of them. Just a few weeks before Christmas, this is a great time to get them in the mail if you're going to do it.
I know. In schools, I recognize that they're trying to teach kids again how to address a letter because it's kind of like kids aren't learning how to do it as often.
And I know it's penmanship and things like that just are kind of because people aren't using it anymore.
Right. Kids are no longer taught cursive.
Yeah.
So things are changing. I think that's a great exercise. Because I love getting a
Everybody
letter.
loves getting a letter.
Yeah.
We used to write letters to each other. Yeah.
Yep. Well, on this day in history, in 1965, A Charlie Brown Christmas, the first animated TV special, I did not know that, featuring characters from the Peanuts comic strip, premiered on television. I kind of thought Charlie Brown, or Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown was the first one. But
I guess not.
This makes sense.
Yeah. I remember as a kid we used to gather around and watch them all. It was like almost like a holiday.
And that still happens now. I think that's awesome. I have a very early memory of my dad waking me up as a very young kid to watch Charlie Brown and being like, this never happens.
Really?
Oh, I get to be up past 8 p.m.
That's awesome.
It's a big day. And in 2013, scientists revealed NASA's Curiosity rover had uncovered signs of an ancient freshwater lake on Mars.
I think they've even discovered even more since then.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, today's birthdays include actor Dame Judi Dench, who is 88, actor John Malkovich is 69, singer Donny Osmond is 65, and Olympic gold medalist Michaela Maroney is 27.
Not
Happy
to be
birthday
confused
to
with
them.
Ozzy Osbourne.
No, not the same family, I don't think. So
It's quite different.
I like me some good Ozzy every now and then.
I love Ozzy.
Yeah,
I love him.
He's good.
Yep. I only know Judi Dench out of those, though.
All right. Do we want to do the community calendar now or after weather?
Let's do it after weather.
Okay, let's do weather first. We'll talk to Devin, see what the weekend holds. I think it's going to be pretty nice out there. A little chillier, but at least we'll have some sunshine. Here's Devin.
Absolutely.
Hey, Craig and Emma, happy Friday. We have a couple of alerts we're watching out for this morning. We have small craft advisories up until 7 a.m. Saturday and up until Saturday morning as well. Some areas under some gale warnings, so more areas under gale warnings in this color here, but a different color closer to some of the islands, and that is courtesy of course, the gusty winds that'll be moving in, stirring up the ocean as we move forward today. But on land, it'll be a pretty nice day. We'll be watching for a lot of sunshine today as we have a system that's off to our east. It's kind of helping to stir things up at this point. So let's give you the big picture right now. So not much overhead. We're going to remain quiet for the next several days with no precipitation. Some clouds will move in from the east later on. Courtesy of this system now, we'll send some clouds from the east going toward the west later on. So futurecast moving forward. Here's those clouds right there that'll be moving in later on tonight. Kind of moving from southeast to northwest, kind of an unusual direction. But it does happen from time to time, and we'll see that happening later on tonight. So otherwise, though, the winds will be out of the north from time to time, reaching up to 15 miles per hour sustained. Some gusts up to 30 miles per hour cannot be ruled out as the day progresses on. So otherwise, though, your forecast for today, upper 30s, a lot cooler out there, mostly sunny and windy. That north wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, partly cloudy and still windy out there. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, cooling off even more, upper 20s, partly cloudy and breezy. North wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. And our hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. All kinds of nice weather on the way for a lot of holiday-type events and other things going on around the area. You're going to tell us about right now. You ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
You ready? Get a deep breath. You've got to do some reading here.
Let's take a look at the community calendar. All right, so starting today, A Christmas Carol reading at 10 Bucks Theater in the Bangor Mall at 7 p.m. This is a staged dramatic reading of Charles Dickens' classic tale of redemption, hope, and spirits, featuring an ensemble of 8 local actors. And Smart Art class at Maine Discovery Museum today in Bangor at 11 a.m. This is a children can practice problem-solving skills type of event with simple and fun building and crafting activities, like turning recyclables into woodland critters, for example. It's recommended for kids 3 and up. A chili cook-off, cookie sale, and Santa visit at the Legion Hall in Southwest Harbor, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Everyone is invited to sign up to see if their chili is the best. Register in advance. Acadia Chamber is hosting this first ever chili cook-off. While you're there, make sure to purchase some cookies to benefit a local school PTO. Santa will also make an appearance. Holiday parade and tree lighting at the Newport Cultural Center from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. tonight. While you watch the parade and tree lighting, there will be cookies and hot cocoa available, and caroling will occur as well. Comedy night tonight at the Bangor Arts Exchange from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a stand-up comedy lineup, which includes 4 different comedians. Tickets are $15 in advance, $20 at the door. It's general admission, and the venue is beautiful. If anybody's been to Bangor Arts Exchange before, I think they'd agree with me. Cirque du Soleil Corteo at the Cross Insurance Center tonight in Bangor at 7:30 p.m. It's recognized all over the world. Tickets start at $59. And tomorrow, Saturday, December 10th, the S'more Lounge at the Town Dock at Bucksport in Bucksport. It's at 6:30 p.m. After the holiday parade, get toasty with roasted marshmallows, s'mores, and good company. Best view of the fireworks. $5 suggested donation. Wabanaki Winter Market at the Collins Center for the Arts in Orono at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's a holiday gathering of Wabanaki artists featuring Maine Indian Basket Makers Alliance weavers who have received national awards and new artists representing the next generation of weavers, continuing a very important craft. And Christmas Craft Fair at the Brewer Eagles Club tomorrow from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30, free admission. And Maine Authors Winter Book Fair. You may have seen our interview earlier in the week about this. That's at 120 Park Street in Bangor. It goes from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Come meet over 24 notable local Maine authors, get your book signed, and support local literary arts. Authors of all genres with over 80 titles. There will also be raffle tickets, sponsors, vendor tables, and special surprises. Free admission, but bring cash because most vendors will also accept Venmo or PayPal. Deck the halls, homes, and inns tour in Greenville. The Greenville Inn, the lodge at Moosehead Lake, and a private residence from noon to 4 p.m. Visit 3 different beautiful and historic properties. Decked out for the holidays, the Greenville Inn is on the National Register. It's $15 per person. Festival of Trees at the Belfast Area High School, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow. Free admission. Raffle tickets cost 50 cents each. And Christmas Party Santa Meet and Greet at Jeff's Catering and Event Center in Brewer tomorrow from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's a free holiday party, but donations of pet food are requested to donate to the Bangor Humane Society. All right, and finally, on Sunday, Christmas in Katahdin in Millinocket. It's an all-day event. The Christmas parade will begin at 11 a.m., which goes down Penobscot Ave to Veterans Park. At noon, there will be Santa visits and goodies at Veterans Parks, free hot dogs for kids 12 and under, other fun and free activities for kids. At 4 p.m., there will be the tree lighting. And Beers with Santa at Orono Brewing Company in Orono from noon to 2 p.m. Photos with Santa, $5 pints for parents, free hot chocolate and cookies. It is requested that you bring a new unwrapped toy or non-perishable food item for donation.
That one might be aimed a little more towards adults, the last one there. Go have a beer with Santa. You know, Santa's working hard these days, getting ready for Christmas.
It's for kids, though, too. That's why there's free hot chocolate, so the free pints for parents.
Okay.
But you can get photos taken with Santa, I believe, as well. So.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, all right. I love Orono Brewing. Their venue's beautiful and good.
And they have
too.
Good beer, too.
Yeah, it's a plus.
Not a bad
It's a
thing.
plus. Well, when we return, we have sports, and we have a special interview with a local musician who's doing fundraising for a good cause.
Don't go away.
Interest rates are on the rise and making waves in the real estate market. Buying or selling? You need a navigator. I'm Holly Taylor. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
You can get any phone you want. Any one I want? Any phone you want.
Connection is the greatest gift of all. At US Cellular, we're offering any phone free for new and current customers, plus $100 to spend on accessories.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman. Great things are always cooking at the Ground. New menu, new specials with an amazing variety of choices for every taste. Good times, great service, and amazing food. Only at your locally owned Ground, Audlin Road, Bangor.
Dear Santa, my mom says I'm a good helper, but you didn't come last year. I just really hope this year when I wake up, I'm gonna see that you came to my house too.
Donate today.
Homes are selling in a single day. The real work happens well before. I'm Holly Taylor, and I have the expertise to guide you through your home improvements. Come to the one who gets it done. HollyTaylor.Realtor.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start off with some sad news. A little before 1 o'clock on Thursday morning, it was announced that Xander Bogaerts' time with the Boston Red Sox had finished. The all-star shortstop who graced Bangor with his presence for the Senior League World Series had been with the organization since he was a teenager, and he won 2 World Series titles with Boston. The team did not extend his contract prior to or during the 2022 season, and thus allowed Bogaerts to hit free agency. And it paid off for him. The Padres offered him a huge deal, 11 years and $280 million for a shortstop in his 30s. Reports are that the Red Sox offered him 6 years and roughly $160 million, so certainly an easy choice for Xander. Early on Thursday, newly acquired Red Sox pitcher Chris Martin spoke on what it means to lose a guy like Bogey.
Losing Xander, a player like that, is, it's a big loss. But, that was his decision, to move on. And obviously, the offseason isn't over. There's a lot of offseason left. I'm sure there's going to be some more additions that are going to help the team.
All right, let's hope he's right there. I hope they extend Devers, and I had a blast watching Bogaerts in a Red Sox uniform for a big chunk of my life, wishing him well in San Diego. Let's go to the gym now. Maine men's basketball started off the season on a tear, winning 4 straight games, and even though they've dropped their last 3, the Black Bears are confident they have the tools to turn it around. Ryan Sudol has the story.
Even the biggest, baddest bears in the woods must ultimately go into hibernation. And for Maine men's basketball, that's exactly what has happened, dropping 3 in a row after starting the year 4-1.
I mean, we played pretty good teams. Fordham's a good team, Brown, and then Marist, they were good teams, but I think it's all stuff we can fix.
In their last game, Sunday, against Marist, the Black Bears held a lead in the last 30 seconds of the game, but couldn't hold on. Despite that, the backdrop of London, England made for a memorable experience for all.
Favorite part of the trip was probably just seeing London in general with my teammates. I think it's a good, great way for us to team bond as well. I feel like we got closer on that trip.
Speaking of London, London's own Getty Husapaitis was one of the team's bright spots over their skid. At a ripe 24 years old, he averaged 12 points a game.
We call him Pops, partly because he's old, but he's also one of the leaders on the team. He has a high basketball IQ. He has a lot of knowledge.
He just knows how to put the ball in the basket. 5th-year guy who's older and has seen it all. There's nothing that's being thrown at him that he hasn't seen. And most importantly, he's a competitor.
Sophomore Kellen Tynes was also a factor, averaging 15 points a game over their last 3. Coach Chris Markwood says his success comes from where he comes from.
Kel's coming from a winning program. Montana State was in the NCAA tournament last year. He's been around what it takes to win. He knows that. He's a leader. He's an alpha.
With both leaders at the forefront, one of the main points the Black Bears are focusing on as they prepare for conference play is closing out. Each game during this losing streak was lost by 7 points or fewer.
In Division I basketball, there's a lot of one-possession games. So the success of your year a lot of times comes down to how do you handle those situations, which we're learning how to win in those situations.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. I've never been to London. I heard the fish and chips very good. So, like you said, Black Bears trying to stop the skid. They were in action Thursday at home, looking to avoid 4 in a row, hosting the D3 UMaine Augusta, while the women were also in action in the night game, welcoming the Rams from Fordham. We'll start with the men. Chris Markwood and the Black Bears in action at the Pit, playing host to the Moose from Augusta. Great mascot. First half, Jaden Clayton here with the steal on the fast break. No-look pass to Kellen Tynes for the smooth lay-in. Clayton with 7 assists, Tynes with 12 points on the night. But the Moose would fight back early. Off the inbounds, Fraser McDonald finds himself wide open for the slam. They'd bring it to within 9, but that's as close as they'd get. Clayton again here finds Christian Freerbergs for a slam of his own. One hand there, and then here is Clayton doing it again by himself, getting to the bucket and finishing in traffic, and Maine just too much for the visitors from Augusta. Fofo Adetogun with a nice finish in transition here. Black Bears win big, 103-67. Okay, now the nightcap. It's the women's turn. Maine facing Fordham, and there's Anna DeWolf from Greeley starting for the Rams. Here she is late third quarter, driving inside for the hoop and the harm. The Black Bears were up 4 after 3, though. Fourth quarter. Paula Gallegos' 3 is off the mark, but here's Adriana Smith cleaning it up with the bucket. She had 22 and 11, her 4th double-double of the year. That ties it. Later, Black Bears down 2. Smith out to Olivia Rockwood for the lead, splashes it home, 51-50. Maine with 5.5 left. Very next position, Isaiah Dingle with a 3-pointer to put the Rams ahead once again, and that would be the game-winning bucket. They'd go on to win 57-51. All right, tough loss there for the women, but the rebound, tough non-conference schedule. Let's go to football now. It was an incredible season for Husson Junior linebacker Tucker Buzzle, one where he broke the program's single-season tackle record and was named first-team all-conference, and the list got even bigger this week. Buzzle was named to D3Football.com's All-Region 1 first team. He led the CCC with 118 tackles, that's 11.8 per game, enough for top 5 in the country in both categories. He also picked off 4 passes and recorded 56 solo tackles. Buzzle was named the Defensive Player of the Week 3 times this past season, helping the Eagles to a home bowl game against Plymouth State. Crazy that he's only a junior, and he'll be back for 1 more year. That's all the time we have for sports. Be right back after the break.
One thing you should really know when you choose Spectrum One is that you're getting a lot of things in one thing. You get the fastest download speeds in the nation, advanced Wi-Fi with state-of-the-art security, doors wide open, Tim, and unlimited mobile, all working together seamlessly. You know what the best part is? Yes! Very surprising. Spectrum One is just $49.99. You missed it, Jason. Spectrum One. Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile. All for just $49.99. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
Come try one of our daily specials at Pat's Pizza in Hamden.
Tuesday, spaghetti or ziti with meatballs or sausage, only $5.50.
Wednesday, large one-topping pizza, only $8.50.
Thursday, get an oven-baked wrap for only $6.
Friday is fish and fries for only $8.
And Saturday, get a small one-item pizza with a fountain soda, only $8.
Bring the family to Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road, North Hamden.
Whether you're thinking of getting your first tattoo or building onto your collection of skin art,
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth provides the safest and most comfortable tattoo and piercing experience.
At Disconnected Tattoo, we'll combine your vision with our art to create something special that will last the test of time.
Don't trust your personal body art to anyone else.
Call Disconnected Tattoo today to schedule your consultation.
Or check out our Facebook page.
Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company in Ellsworth.
Guys, I've been looking forward to this game all season.
Brady against the team he grew up rooting for. I mean, come on, storybook. It's nitty-gritty time for the Bucs.
There's so much on the line. These conference games have direct impact on seeding. Who gets the 1 bye, having to play a wild card game, hosting home field advantage through the playoffs.
We mean business when we step on the field. This is the game circled on my calendar.
The NFL, Sunday on Fox. Home of Super Bowl 57.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're very happy to have Riff Johnson joining us this morning. Thanks for getting up. You were out gigging last night. I
was.
Up bright and early.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of people will recognize him from performing at various venues around the area. And this time of year, you do something very special, and they call it the 12 days, or you call it the 12 days of Riffmas.
Yeah, it's the 12 gigs.
12 gigs, that's right.
It gets confusing. It's all
Okay.
right, because I've mixed up a Christmas tradition and made it my own.
There you go. For people that don't know about it, what is it? What's your plan?
So what I do, this is actually the 5th year. We took 2 years off with the COVID stuff going on, and so year number 5. The way this works is I take 12 of my shows. So this year it's November 30th to December 19th, and every show, all the tips that I make, and all the money right there, and then any online donations that anybody wants to make, we take that and we help out 12 families in need, local, Maine families. So it's a pretty exciting thing. It's been fun. It's funny taking a couple years off. People think, oh, what a wonderful idea, but it's really year 5.
Yeah. Wow. How'd you get involved in doing this? Why do this?
Another funny story we don't have time for, but I never grew up with Christmas, and but as an adult, I've kind of enjoyed the season and all the feels and the family stuff and the spirit of giving. So about 8 years ago, my friend Hal Myers, who used to be right here in Maine, we went around and just did a duo show, banjo and guitar, and we raised money for local charities. So and then the following year, I had the idea. I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this at my shows and of course the 12 days of Christmas, and that's why it gets confusing. Yeah. I call it 12 gigs of Riffmas, and put my own name in there.
So what kind of style of guitar?
I take requests. It's an interesting show. I'm not a crazy country fan, but people love it, so that usually happens somewhere.
What kind of Christmas country songs are there?
Christmas country? Oh, I don't know. Oh, you're asking for Christmas songs themselves?
Oh, so it's not Christmas specifically?
Not technically. I can throw some in there. I haven't been asked yet.
Really?
Which is interesting.
I get it, yeah.
But I could. Please don't come to a show.
What's your favorite thing to play?
I like a lot. I love the 80s. I'm
Yeah.
a big 80s fan. So I have a pretty high vocal, so I end up doing a lot of Journey, and then I come into the morning show and I'm beat.
It's kind of hard to sing this early in the morning. I've been singing all night.
But it's fun. I'm grateful to be able to do what I do, and I can use my little bit of celebrity to help out some folks this time of year.
Yeah.
So where do you go next? I know you're performing, tonight, right?
Tonight, right in Dover Foxcroft at Tap 62. And then tomorrow we're at Costa's right there in Brewer. So nice. Food's amazing. If anybody doesn't know.
They have great food. They make a great gyro.
Yes, I've never had it, but
yeah.
everyone loves it.
It's good stuff. So, you have a Facebook page if people want to learn more?
I do. If you find Riff Johnson, R-I-F-F, Riff Johnson, I'm the only one out there. I'm super easy to find. RiffJohnsonMusic.com is where you can go to make a donation online. And also, if you want to submit a family, this is how that works, is you can email me, riff.johnson@gmail.com, or you can write to my Facebook fan page and just write a compelling story about someone you know, not yourself. Don't nominate yourself. Someone that you know, or a family or a person who's going through a bit of a rough time, and that's how it works. I send a panel of these things to people, and they select the 12 that they think sounds more compelling. And
so they haven't.
So I don't have to do it. I don't have to take the blame or whatever the responsibility.
The 12 haven't been picked yet.
Not yet. Not until just about that last week. And then we can try to coordinate with the folks that have submitted, and then maybe the idea is we get those folks to link us up with the people. So
nice.
Like tell your friend we're going for coffee, but you're really going to come meet me, and maybe still have coffee.
It's going to feel pretty darn good too, knowing
it's wonderful. There's been so many great stories, and it's changed. I think it's impressed a lot of people. In a way, it's a little sad we can only help 12.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice thing to do, and the people that contribute, even all over the country, they're not even from Maine, and people help out. So it's wonderful.
Well, good for you. It's a really good
You're
thing
working
you're
hard. Take care of yourself as well. That's a lot of work. Yeah. For 12 different families. Yeah.
We need more people like you, Riff.
Thank you.
Good thing you're doing out there.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right. We're going to send it over to weather now. Thanks for joining us.
All righty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. We do have small craft advisories and gale warnings in effect, both expiring at 7 a.m. on Saturday. The gale warnings being noted in this color right here, but another color, though, which is right here by the islands, that's the small craft advisory, while this is the gale warning. So, of course, it's going to be pretty active along the coast moving forward for a little while as we are watching out for another system that's going to be stirring up the ocean, but no precipitation on the way. However, we're looking pretty good. We're going to be seeing a lot of sunshine out there today. Later on tonight, we're going to be watching for some clouds moving in from an unusual direction. It's actually right over here. Here's that front right there. It's going to be sending some clouds in our direction from the east going toward the west, or more of the southeast going toward the north and west as well. So a little bit more of an unusual direction, but it does happen from time to time, though. But otherwise, we will stay dry for the next several days. But otherwise, moving forward, though, we're looking pretty decent out there. So a lot of sunshine today. Here are those clouds right there moving from the east, going toward the west, and a little bit from the southeast to the north and west as well. They'll start to move in later on tonight. We'll keep them going for parts of the morning period for you Saturday before they start to clear out of here. And we'll get more sunshine rolling as we head towards the latter parts of the afternoon before the sun sets. And we may have a few more passing clouds as we head towards early Sunday morning. Otherwise, gusty winds, we got that going for us today, getting close to 30 miles per hour throughout the daytime today, and keeping that going again later on tonight and even in the parts of tomorrow. So plenty of gusty winds on the way for the next day or so. And of course, as a result, wave heights are up 4 to 10 feet according to a lot of the buoys out there. Other spots up to 13 feet. So this is why we do have gale warnings along the coast and some other areas under small craft advisories. Temperatures have been running well above average recently. Look at this, 40s and 50s the past several days. Temperatures have been overachieving in the average level, running about 12 to 15 degrees above normal in some spots, though. But again, we're going to be cooling off. Our average high is 37 degrees. Upper 30s is what we'll do today, about normal for this time of the year. Upper 20s for the weekend, back in the low 30s Monday near Tuesday. Then Wednesday into Thursday, back in the upper 30s to lower 40s. Your forecast for today, upper 30s a lot cooler, mostly sunny and windy. The north wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper teens, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. And for tomorrow, Saturday, upper 20s, partly cloudy and breezy. The north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Here's a look at your extended forecast. And notice what's missing from this forecast. And as precipitation, we have none of it on the way for the next few days. Will be mostly cloudy on Sunday, highs in the upper 20s. Low 30s make a return on Monday with a mostly sunny sky. And we're partly cloudy on Tuesday, highs in the low 30s.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out. Watch out. The insurance company's job is to do what's best for them, not you. Watch out. If you wait too long to hire a lawyer, it may hurt your case.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the Twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $150,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard-to-buy-for relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
Saturday, the big-time games are on the new Fox Primetime Hoops. Number 4, Arizona. Send it in. Number 10, Indiana. Square off in a Pac-12 Big Ten battle. Omar Barlow has been a force for the Wildcats, but the real deal Hoosiers are up for the challenge. The jam goes down. The most exciting voices. And the biggest games are on Primetime Hoops. Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Google is releasing the most searched recipes of the year on its platform. Topping the list is Sugo, which is a tomato-based pasta sauce. Other recipes Google users search for are mango pie and something called Marry Me Chicken. A sandwich recipe from model Bella Hadid also made the list after going viral on TikTok. I have to figure out what that Marry Me Chicken's all about.
Nothing I could anticipate on that list.
I don't know.
But I'd try them all, especially a mango pie.
Yeah.
I've heard of like a canned peaches pie or a fresh peaches pie.
Probably delicious.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I'll try any types of pie.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, Simply Beverages is trying its hand at perfect mimosas. Fans can enter a sweepstakes to win a mimosa making kit that features a cocktail dropper to control how many drops are added to the cocktail, as well as 2 single-serve Simply juices and a stemless champagne flute. Fans will also receive a holiday cocktail recipe and a prepaid card to buy their choice of sparkling beverage. The sweepstakes lasts through December 9th.
What is in a mimosa? I know it's like orange juice.
Just Prosecco and OJ.
Okay.
Yep. It's like a regular sized glass of Prosecco.
There you go.
That's why they use the little droppers. There was a meme that went kind of viral within the past year of somebody using a spray bottle to spray the OJ on top of their
Just
Prosecco.
a little
this
bit
is
there.
how I like my mimosas. Crazy.
Light on the OJ.
They're yummy though.
All right. Build-A-Bear Workshop says its teddy bears aren't just for kids. The company's CEO says 40% of its customers are now teenagers and adults. Many of the older customers are gift buyers and collectors who are attracted to the licensed merchandise of popular video games, characters, and movies. Build-A-Bear has also gained popularity on TikTok as influencers hold stuffing parties. The company recently reported